one of the things, as I was scrolling through preparing for this, is that, and I'm just going to look right, sorry everybody, to my other screen, but the objectives of the association, and I should read them, there's 5, and I'll just very quickly, to be authoritative voice for major construction contractors to promote, that's number 1. Number 2, to promote the highest standards of integrity, quality, safety and wellbeing across the construction industry. Number 3, we'll come back to this one, to influence the construction industry policy development. Number 4, to develop a sustainable pipeline of construction work. And number 5, to promote the construction industry as a great place to work and build a career. I love easily digestible objectives, so it's nice. The policy one, I've got a view that generally associations haven't been effective in this area. So I'll just throw it out there. What do you think to that comment, and whether or not you're going to be making some changes to the way in which the ACA tries to advocate on behalf of its members?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's one of the reasons why ACA have made the appointment of a full-time CEO. It's partly a recognition of the fact that they potentially haven't been as successful as they'd like to have been in the last 10 years or so in terms of achieving real policy change. I mean, they've had the view that it's best to have conversations behind closed doors and to try to influence things privately. But the reality is as you say, you know, how successful has that been? The industry is in extremely poor health at the moment. We've got, especially here in Queensland, some very interesting policy coming out of government that isn't particularly helpful. And yeah, it's time for a different approach. And so from from an ACA perspective, what you will see is a much more outward focus, looking to build, I hate using these terms, these buzzword terms, but a social license for that change, to get the public on board with change. We're pretty hopeless as an industry in terms of celebrating the stuff that we do and the contribution that we make. You know, that we employ close to 10% of the working population. We contribute, well, it varies, but, you know, on average about 8% of GDP. It's a huge industry, especially when you take into account the number of smaller businesses that are employed in the supply chain. And so, but we don't do a good enough job of explaining that. And I think that is part of the problem. I think if there was a better understanding of just how important construction industry is for the economy and for society of Australia, there would be more opportunity to influence things and we would have more success. So that is certainly going to be a focus for us, to provide that platform, but to do a better job of explaining what needs to change and how that change can be realised.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.